Allah will not change the condition of a people until they change what is in themselves. Al-Quran 13:11. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Dear brothers, imagine a journey where every step you take brings you closer to your full potential, where every task you face is a chance to grow, and where every moment has a reason for being. Following this road of personal growth is very close to what Muslims believe. In Islam, growing as a person isn't just about getting ahead in the material world. It's also about taking care of our souls, making our hearts pure, and making sure our actions are in line with God's plan. It's about trying to be the best person we can be in God's eyes. Our faith teaches us that everyone is born with great potential, and it's up to us to grow and develop that potential throughout our lives. According to Islamic teachings, personal growth is not only a good thing to have, it's a necessary part of living a full and worthwhile life. From an Islamic point of view, this movie will go into great detail about the idea of personal growth. We'll look at the verses and hadiths from the Quran that help us on this trip. We'll also talk about practical things we can do to improve our own growth and deal with problems that may come up along the way. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear idea of how to grow as a person according to Islamic beliefs, and you'll have the tools you need to start your own journey of transformation. Quranic verses and hadiths about personal growth. Numerous texts and stories from the Quran and hadith stress the significance of improving oneself and growing as a person. Another verse like this is from Surah Al-Imran 3:135. It says, "And those who, when they do something immoral or wrong themselves by transgression, remember Allah and ask for forgiveness for their sins. And who can forgive sins but Allah? And who do not keep doing what they have done while they know." This verse talks about how important it is to know yourself, say sorry, and keep trying to get better. In the same way, the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said in a hadith, "The strong believer is better and more loved by Allah than the weak believer, but there is good in both." It is important to work toward things that will help you and to ask Allah for help when you need it. It is clear from this hadith how important it is to be strong, persistent, and always trying to get better. The purpose of life and its alignment with personal growth. As Muslims, we are taught that the point of life is to worship Allah and be the best in everything we do. Personal growth fits nicely with this goal because it helps us reach our full potential and serve our Creator as best we can. The Quran 51:56 says, "And I did not make the jinn and people except that they would worship me." This verse makes it clear that our main goal in life is to worship Allah. Personal growth helps us reach this goal by making us better people who can better carry out our tasks and responsibilities. Tazkiyah and its role in personal growth. The word tazkiyah means making one's soul pure and their character better, trying to get rid of bad traits like pride, greed, envy, and selfishness, and growing good traits like humility, kindness, thanks, and compassion are all part of it. Tazkiyah is important for personal growth because it cleans the heart, makes our connection with Allah stronger, and helps us live out more fully the ideals and principles of Islam. Surah Ash-Shams 91:9-10. Of the Quran says, "He who cleans the soul has succeeded, and he who corrupts it has failed." This verse stresses how important it is to clean up your own life, and how that clean up your life directly affects your success in this world and the next. People can get over their inner struggles, grow spiritually, and live more satisfying lives by following the teachings of Islam through Tazkiyah. 5. Actionable tips. Number 1. Set clear goals. Be clear about your personal growth goals and make them attainable. Then break them down into smaller jobs that you can handle. Number 2. Self-reflection. Every day, give yourself time to think about yourself. Look at your skills, weaknesses, and places where you can improve. Number 3. Continuous learning. Make a promise to keep learning throughout your life by reading books, going to classes, or looking for a mentor to help you. Number 4. Practice gratitude. Spending time each day thanking God for all the good things in your life, big and small, will help you develop a grateful attitude. Number 5. Step out of comfort zone. Push yourself to leave your comfort zone and try new things or take advantage of growth chances. Significance of prayer, reflection, and seeking knowledge. In Islam, prayer is a way to connect with God and get spiritual direction. Saying prayers every day helps to clear your mind, ask Allah for forgiveness, and get direction. Reading texts from the Quran and Hadiths and thinking about them can also help you grow as a person. Looking for information in Islamic books and other learning materials helps people understand better and grows their minds. Emphasis on patience, perseverance, and gratitude. On the path to personal growth, you need to be patient because success may not always happen right away. You need to be persistent to get past problems and hurdles that come up along the way. Staying committed to their goals and always trying to get better is possible if people are patient and persistent. Being thankful for what you have helps you keep a good attitude and appreciate your blessings. It also keeps you motivated and strong when bad things happen. Addressing common challenges. Personal growth is a process that is full of difficulties and problems that can get in the way of our progress. Self-doubt, putting things off, and distractions are some of the most common problems people face. Self-doubt can make us feel bad about ourselves and keep us from taking the chances we need to or going after our goals. Putting things off can slow down progress and make us less productive, and distractions can take our attention and energy away from what really needs to be done. Practical advice and Islamic teachings. We can use Islamic principles and useful tips to get through these problems. Islam tells us to believe in ourselves and accept that Allah has a plan for our lives. In verse 286 of the Quran, it says that Allah does not put too much on a person. So, when we have self-doubt, we should pray and think about things to get stronger and feel better. You can stop putting things off by breaking them down into smaller, more doable steps and giving yourself due dates. He who is blessed by God said, "The best deeds are those that are done often, even if they are small." This hadith tells us to be consistent and keep working hard. By making a setting that helps you focus and concentrate, you can cut down on distractions. In all parts of life, Islam stresses how important moderation and balance are. We can avoid being distracted and stay focused on what's important by putting our time and energy into activities that help us reach our personal growth goals. Inspiring stories from Islamic history. In Islamic past, there are many examples of people who grew as people, even though they were going through hard times. This is shown by the story of Bilal ibn Rabah, who was a friend of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. Bilal stayed true to his faith in Allah and his commitment to Islam, even though he was a slave and was being persecuted for his faith. People can always look to his unshakable faith and strength to help them get through tough times and stay committed to their personal growth goals. The story of Umar ibn al-Khattab is another inspiring one. He went from being a strong opponent of Islam to becoming one of its biggest supporters. Umar became a smart and fair leader by being humble, thinking about himself, and working hard to improve himself. The story of his trip shows how personal growth can change things and how much potential we all have. Conclusion. In conclusion, this video has looked at the deep idea of human growth from an Islamic point of view. We've looked at how important self-improvement is according to verses and hadiths from the Quran, talked about real ways to grow as a person, and talked about common problems that may come up along the way. We've also talked about how important it is to pray, think, learn, be patient, keep going, and be thankful as important parts of the personal growth process. As we come to an end, I want each of you to think about your own journey of personal growth. Take a moment to look at where you are in your journey to become a better person and figure out what you can do to move forward. Keep in mind that growing as a person is a journey that lasts a lifetime. Each step you take toward better brings you closer to reaching your full potential. May Allah bless you as you work to improve yourself, and may you always try to be the best version of yourself. Remember that anything is possible if you have faith, are determined, and don't give up. Thanks for watching, and may your efforts to grow as a person be blessed and successful.